says, but the area of service where it is proper to put its trust in Hashem, is this being able to carry out the completion of the mitzvah. Meaning to say, that to do the mitzvah and to commit to doing the mitzvah, that you cannot trust in Hashem. That you have to push yourself, and that you have to trust yourself, and that you have to motivate yourself. But to how am I going to get it done? And what exactly is going to make the completion come to fruition? How in details and exactly how is it going to be executed? That's a person has to have bitachon, because that's enough to Hashem's hands. That's not entirely in our hands. After a person fully dedicates and fully wholeheartedly chose to serve Hashem by doing mitzvah, he made a firm resolve and he made an effort to really do the mitzvah, and he did it for the sake of Hashem, not for the personal benefit. He says, once we make that commitment, then it's all in Hashem's hands. We go and say, Hashem, I want to do this mitzvah. I want to accomplish. I want to start coming and waking up early. I want to start being able to give a lot of tzedakah. I want to start being able to guard my mouth and to have emunah and to learn the Gemara every day, learn halakha every day. All these things, your first step is you need to make the commitment. You need to make the dedication. How it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, what are the details, who's going to be learning with you, where you're going to be learning. The details, that's up to Hashem. But a person has to come to Hashem first and say, I want to do this mitzvah. And what? We learn from Pesach Sheni, right? The Jewish people, they carried the Aaron and Yosef, and they all became impure. And then they said to Moshe Rabbeinu, oh, we're impure, we can't give Korban Pesach. Why don't we deserve to give Korban Pesach? We also want to do a mitzvah. We also want to serve Hashem. So he said to him, you know what, good question. I'm going to go and ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moshe Rabbeinu asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem said to Moshe, go and tell them, I made a new mitzvah called Pesach Sheni. You're going to go 1 month later and give Korban Pesach again. And it's going to count for you. And you're going to do the mitzvah. If they never open their mouth, what would happen? Nothing. There would be no mitzvah. Hashem heard them and said, Jewish people are asking me that they want to do a mitzvah. How can I say no? And Hashem made a whole new mitzvah in the Torah for this they asked to do a mitzvah. So you see how a person, what does he have to do? He has to say, Hashem, I want to do a mitzvah. I want to do your will. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what I need to do exactly to get there. But I'm telling you, I did my part. Hashem, you do your part. Then what? Then when I want to do mitzvah, you must help me. And we see this explicitly in the Torah. And now, once we come and make our commitment, that what? We have to ask Hashem to help us do it and guide us. And we have to pray for it. So he says that the Chavod Levod saying that there's two parts to the prayer. Hashem, help me keep my motivation, right? Some person can be religious and commit to learning, and then one day he can become chili billy. He can say, what I need is Gemara for, I'm tired, when I wake up so early, what I need is for, I'll learn by myself, I'll do it on my own time, which really doesn't even happen either. And what? His motivation is dwindling. So he has to pray, Hashem, I always want to be chazak, fire for Hashem. I want to be dedicated. I want to take upon myself mitzvah and always do it and never have doubts and continue and push more and more and more. But another thing you have to pray for is what? Is that a person should also pray that Hashem should help you, give you the ability to complete the mitzvah. Who gets the reward? For the completing of the mitzvah. We know that the Jewish people are the ones who buried the Yosef. Even though who started the mitzvah? Moshe. Where was Aaron Yosef? It was in the Nile River. Moshe Rabbeinu had to take the piece of paper that had a special name on it, throw it in the river, and then the Aaron Yosef came out. And that's where they put his body in the river. They thought he was going to give a bracha to the river. He had to take it out and carry it. And in the end, the Jewish people fulfilled this mitzvah and helped him go and bury them. So you see, a person has to pray to Hashem to help him accomplish and complete the mitzvah. So therefore he says, even though Rabbi Yaakov Emden says, even though the Torah doesn't, Hashem knows what we need. We don't even pray to Him. He does what? Hashem, I need parnasah. Well, Hashem doesn't know we need parnasah. He says, the person has to know that we have to ask for ourselves, not for Hashem. We need His help for us. That we need assistance, and we need to be able to complete the mitzvah. And we only do this if we say to Hashem, I know you're in control. I know you're the one who's the source. I know you're the only one who can help me. when you acknowledge that and you remind yourself that Hashem is the source, that's when He gives you the siyata dishmaya to accomplish. Therefore, we're going to explain later that what? That he says, I'm going to explain things that detract from a person's bitachon when it comes to mitzvot, when it comes to bitachon Hashem, and how to enhance your bitachon in the proper approach in the next chapter. So the next chapter, we're going to speak about how to guard your emunah, not to lose your emunah, and how to make your emunah better. But until now, we were discussing where should you have emunah and where you should rely on yourself, where should you rely on Hashem.